Testing, 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 testing! Ah! Do you read? I'm dork. Hello, for the gear to you, and welcome back to Splatoon 3 Splatfest. This one is an interesting one because it'll help if you can see the gameplay. This one is an interesting one because this is the 1 year anniversary of Splatoon 3. Yeah, it's already the anniversary, and that's fun. So yeah, we're gonna be playing the Splatoon 3 stream, looking over my stuff to see if everything's working. It's working. It's good. It's all good. Nothing's broken yet. Okay, I get paranoid about these things. Don't judge me. So yeah, Splatoon 3 is a year old now, and to celebrate, we already have the big deep cut Splatfest. Yeah, that's interesting. We'll talk about that a little bit more, but let's get into the game real quick. Now, as per usual, if my game audio needs adjusting or anything like that, let me know. I work with the best that I got, and that's usually not good enough because I suck. Here we go. You lip sync, we drip ink. Shiver, Frye, and Big Man. I mentioned last stream that I still don't know what voice to give Big Man. I think something like this probably fits him best because it kind of has like that aquatic base to it is the best time I can describe it. I'm not very good at describing things. Before we get to the current stages, I have an announcement. What is it? You're so excited. I am, because the big run results are... Oh, I guess I didn't play since last stream. Grisco sent a letter? Why don't you let me read it? Thank you for participating in the official Grisco Big Run trademark. We appreciate your support and have prepared a small token of gratitude. What is it? What is it? Eee! Huh? Now there's a list of high scores along with the prize info. Hurry up! Bam! I still can't get over how good everyone is at this.
Grisco must be thrilled.
Don't worry, you two. All participants will get a gift regardless of score.
What an epic battle. That will definitely go down in history.
Way to rep Splatlands, everyone. We showed those Samanoids what's up. And best of all, the historic site of Umanomi Ruins is undamaged. Tourism can resume. On the next Anarchy Splatcast, let's do a deep dive into Umanomi Ruins lore.
What are the secrets of the ruins?
Sounds like we've got a theme song, but we might have to learn some actual history. Oh, in that case, let's focus on Splatsville street food instead. I'm hungry! Anyway, the other good news is that we're all clear for the next Splatfest! It's in the middle of the Splatfest, Frye! Bravo, everyone. Bet Pat's leadership of Deep Cut is now wide open. Although technically anyone could win, I wish you both luck.
I just hope the fans support us.
The first anniversary Splatfest is on now.
Join in the fun by choosing a team at the pledge box on the street.
The Splatcast main event is underway, so let's see the Splatfest sneak peek results. Which team won? I gotta know! Now, which team got the most conch shells during the Splatfest sneak peek? Pow! Ha! Great work on the Splatfest sneak peek, everyone, but the real deal starts now.
Good luck, everyone.
Check out the current Splatfest stages. Mako Mart. I wanna eat at Mako Mart. Why is Mako Mart always so busy at night? Who's out shopping in their PJs? You don't ever decide that you need nachos or orange juice at 3 a.m.? Must be nice. Oh boy, 3 a.m. Teamwork is harder than it looks, especially if your teammate is prone to dancing spells.
Who could you be talking about, and why wasn't I invited?
And that's it for now. From Splatsville, that's a wrap. Catch you later! Ooh, I got a green thingy. That's kind of cool. Alright, well, it's time for us to pick the team. So, I've thought about this long and hard, and we're going to go with Team Shiver. So, here's the thing. I like all three of these characters. Okay, I like these two characters. Big Man I think is just okay. But I love both Shiver and Frye. They're both super adorable, and I love them both for their own ways. The thing is, though, waifu bias triumphs overall, so I have to go with Shiver. But also, I think she's honestly just the most quotable of the three. And I don't want to go into too much into spoilers or anything like that for the game if you haven't played Splatoon 3 for yourself. But there's one particular moment in the single-player campaign that I think is pretty epic that involves Shiver. So, I have to go with Shiver. The other characters are pretty great. I was very tempted to go with Frye, because she's not won a whole lot of Splatfest. It kind of seems like she always gets a short end of the stick when it comes to the teams and things like that, which is really unfortunate because I love Frye. Big Man had no chance. I'm sorry. I like Big Man fine enough. I'm just sorry. He's my least favorite of all the idol characters in the series. But here's the thing. They did come out with the artwork recently, if I remember. I'll show it later in the stream. And Big Man actually looks kind of adorable in the artwork. I'm sorry, I'm just not a Big Man person. Then that's why we're going with Shiver. Alright, so I have no idea how long we'll be streaming today, because technically I could go for a very long time. I do work tomorrow, but it's a closing shift, so I don't have to cut it short tonight. My mindset right now is I will go until at least one stage rotation, and then we'll see how we go from there. I don't know if we'll do a stream tomorrow, but I'll at least try to play a little bit on my own time tomorrow after they introduce tricolor battles. But yeah, let's go into the Splatfest battle. I do at least want to get footage of tricolor battles in this Turf War Splatfest thingy, because I don't know if this is true, but I read somewhere that like all the previous tricolor stages are going to be playable in this Splatfest, which is kind of cool, so I really hope that's the case. Alright, so during the stream, basically, because it's also the 1 year anniversary of Splatoon 3 being a thing, I kind of want to go over my overall thoughts on my time with this game so far, because I do have a lot to say about Splatoon 3, and I kind of want to give a bit of an update on where the potential Let's Play could be going, because I know there's going to be people who will be seeing this on their subscription box wondering, okay, cool, you have that, but are you doing a Splatoon 3 Let's Play anytime soon? Because you seem to be obsessed with the Splatoon games. I do want to give an update because I don't want to hide the fact that we are doing Let's Play at some point, because it's pretty obvious. I don't know when exactly, but I do have an update that I want to share at some point. And also, I just want to point out something kind of cool that happened between streams. So, at Nintendo Live in Seattle, unfortunately wasn't able to go to PAX this year, but James, Cobra, and Pancake were all able to go. And like I was kind of like watching along with some of the PAX events. So that's pretty cool. This was the first time that I ever watched a Splatoon 3 tournament, or like any Splatoon tournament for that matter. So I'm really happy that was the first one, because it looked really cool. Like the players just, there were some truly incredible plays during that tournament, and I was really happy that that was the first one that I ever watched. So yeah, it looked really cool. It kind of made me want to see if I can set up a friend group to make like my own little Splatoon tournament thingy. I know I would never be good enough to be in a tournament. I just play for fun. I'm not super competitive in these games, but it kind of gave me an idea of maybe I can like try to find some friends at work. Maybe we could try playing Splatoon together and playing tournaments and things like that. Again, I'm nowhere near good enough, and I don't think I know anybody else at work who does play Splatoon, so unfortunately that idea won't work at all. But it's fun to think about. If Gaming with Pi and the James were also just a little bit closer, we could have done that, but unfortunately that's not the case. Cutting you off, and you disappeared into a tornado. You disappeared into a tornado. Anyway, so yeah, it's funny because like we do have teams and things like that to play games at Disney World and things like that. Majority of the different food and beverage locations have like a softball team. So that's pretty cool. I don't know much about it, honestly. all I know is that some of my coworkers do it sometimes, and one of my friends likes to talk about it a lot. And it's like, I do want to at least go to one of those softball games to support my friends, because it sounds like it's always a fun time. I just don't care about playing sports. Like, I'm sure it's always fun. Like, I'm sure they have a good time, and if I were to go and try to play softball, then I'd have a fun time, or baseball, or whatever terminology you want to use. They always call it softball, but I don't know what the difference between softball and baseball is. So, it looks kind of cool, and I might want to try it at some point, but I'm not a very competitive person. I'm not very athletic at all. Like, I'm in a much better shape than I was before. Like, I dropped like 80 pounds and things like that. Like, I dropped 80 pounds when I first started working at Disney, and then the past couple of months I dropped it into just below 30. So, like, I'm in the best shape that I've been in a very long time, but I'm not really an athletic person. I don't really care that much about sports, so, yeah. Like, I would probably still want to go and watch my friends play, just for the fun of it, but I don't think I'd ever actually want to join the team. Now, if they had a Splatoon team, that I'd be interested in. I'd want to do something like that, because I like Splatoon. I'm gonna do something stupid. So, I never tweeted this, but I have it saved in my drafts, and I think I might post it next year during election time. But... Oh! Wait! Oh my god! Wait! Oh! Wait, what did that mean? What did that mean? That thing said someone thinks I'm fresh? Somebody thinks I'm fresh. Oh, that's sweet. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. That was cool. That makes me feel good. I have good self-esteem again. Okay. Okay. What was I saying a moment ago? I don't remember. I was talking about something else. So, yeah, this game is a year old now, and let's talk about that. So they announced this game. I think they announced this game just a little bit way too soon. Because they announced it, and then they didn't really talk about it at all until like the month before the game actually came out. So, yeah, that was a bit of a fun time. Because I remember when the game was announced, I felt like, okay, I need to buckle down and get this Let's Play done. Because the Splatoon 2 Splatfest had already been ongoing for a long time at that point. And that's my big regret with that Let's Play, was just how long it took to do the Splatfest videos. And it's not that I wanted it to go on for so long, it's just that there's so many things out of my control that kept the videos from being uploaded and things like that. So that's one big thing that I know that I'll do differently for this Let's Play. There's a person over there. I'm going to follow you to the ends of the earth, and then I will throw an egg at your face. Yay, blah, blah, blur. Kinda triumphed. Kinda. Not really, but maybe. So, yeah. The build-up to this game, I gotta admit, was more so focusing on, like, trying to finish those videos. And even then, I didn't finish Splatoon 2 before the game came out. I think I was, like, 1 or 2 videos away. I definitely didn't finish the grand finale by then, because that grand finale was easily the most monstrous work that I'd ever put together for a video. It was already a very long video, but oh my goodness, there were so many topics to go over and a lot of stuff that I had to record additional footage for. That grand finale was easily the most time-consuming Let's Play video that I've ever worked on, and I don't think I'm ever going to top it, honestly, in terms of how much work goes into a single Let's Play video. I really don't. I don't even think the Breath of the Wild grand finale is going to go on that long, because a lot of the stuff that we are probably going to mention in the grand finale will likely be touched upon before then. There's not really a whole lot that would prolong it. It would be more so just asking viewers if there's anything else we haven't talked about or anything like that. I have a couple of other topics that I want to do for the grand finale too, but I'll save that for another day. But, yeah, it was more so just trying to get that done, and then I even being able to finish it. And it was fine. I didn't want to rush the video or anything like that. It was more so that I kind of set, like, that deadline for myself that I want Splatoon 2 to end on episode 100. I've worked really hard on this. So if I have any remaining topics, now is the time to do it. And if I thought about it better in hindsight, I probably could have spread out some of those topics into some of the previous episodes too. But again, hindsight's 2020. As for the actual game itself, my first time experiencing it, it came at a pretty good time when I kind of really needed this game. So, they did the Splatfest demo thingy, and this was around the time when my college program was ending and I was starting to move into a new place. And that was easily one of the most stressful moves that I had ever done. Little did I know that the very next move would be the actual most stressful move I'd ever done. I'm just gonna say that. We might wrap back around to that topic a little later in this video or whatever, but that was not a fun time. I can't even sarcastically say that it was a fun time. But yeah, those two green girls in the center had the exact same victory pose. So yeah, I was moving out of the college program dorm into a new apartment, and the thing about that was that I had saved up like hundreds of dollars beforehand to pay for moving fees to get into an apartment, and it was supposed to work out great for me because I'd found an apartment I could afford on my own, and I was really excited about that because I did not want to like live with people I didn't know. Like nowadays I'm fine with it, but back then I just did not want to do that. And yeah, God, where do I even start with this? This is kind of a long story. I apologize for that. I'm going to be rambling on for a bit because it's a long story. So I saved up hundreds of dollars for the moving fees, and then there's like 400 in my account, and then over the weekend it suddenly dropped to like negative 300, and I still have no idea what happened with that. So we looked at the bank account. Everything is fine. Everything is exactly the way that was before. It's just that all of a sudden I'm in negative 300 and I can't figure out why. And over the course of the next few days, all of a sudden all these overdraft fees start showing up on my account. And
I did a sneaky sneak. I did a sneaky sneak. Hee.
so yeah, the exact amount of my bank account didn't change. It's just that those overdraft fees took a couple days to actually show up on my bank account, and I couldn't figure out what was going on because it was 400 a couple days before, and I didn't buy anything or anything like that, but it just suddenly went into overdraft for some reason. So it is a headache contacting the bank trying to figure out what's going on. They can't tell me what's put into overdraft. They said there is no unusual activity on the account, but they're not going to refund it or anything like that. And after calling the bank 6 times, trying to get somebody to help me with this, none of them can tell me what put it into overdraft. They only refunded $60 out of the 400 that disappeared from my account, plus the 300 that it was apparently an overdraft. So yeah, I've hated that bank ever since, and I'm trying to get out of that bank, but one thing after another keeps preventing me from switching banks. It's really getting on my nerves. So I'm really stressed about that. And this is like the week before I have to move out of the college program dorm. I don't really have anywhere else to go. I'm very thankful because my friends at the time, they offered for me to stay with them for a couple days. And they're like some of my favorite people ever. Like, they were great before they'd even offered that. Like, I loved them so much. But one friend offered to let me stay with her for a couple days, and then another friend offered like a week or two. And I'm just forever grateful for them because they're just amazing people in general. So, like, I'm always forever grateful for them. And that, in that period of time where I was staying with the second friend, that was when I was first playing Splatoon 3. That's when that first Splatfest happened. So that's a big reason why I didn't have a stream for the first demo Splatfest or anything like that, because I was in the middle of moving. So, yeah, that's like the big reason why that was a thing. But these people, I want to do like a kind of like a tribute, thank you kind of thing for them during the Splatoon 3 Let's Play. I don't know exactly what I'll be doing. But I don't want to do like some kind of nice thank you message for them during the Let's Play, because like they are truly incredible people. And I guess to finish off the story of stressful moves and things like that, let's talk about that very next move. Because my goodness, I hope I never have to deal with anything like that ever again. So, I'm gonna warn viewers right now. Wait! Oh my goodness, we won! I thought we were in danger. I thought we were in danger, but we were okay! Yee! We did it! We did it! Oh yeah, yeah, yeah!
Hey, we won a stage. We won a stage. We won a match in both stages. We can use both those footage now. Yeah.
James is never gonna let me live it down that I use primarily footage of winning for the first Let's Play. Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Alright, so I'm gonna try to be vague on details, but I am gonna warn viewers right now that I'm gonna put like a content advisory warning out there right now. This is serious stuff I'm talking about. Very serious, and it might be a little triggering because it kind of triggers me. But yeah, the people that I ended up staying with after moving on to my college program, to put it bluntly, they were the absolute worst people that I'd ever met in my entire life. One of them wasn't too bad. But the other two, they were the worst people that I'd ever met in my entire life, and I'm very grateful that I haven't seen them since. But to start this off, to put things into context, I can't drive. Like, when I was a teenager, like, I still have autism and things like that, but when I was a teenager, that kind of kept me from learning how to drive and things like that, so I never got my permit or anything like that. And I'm working on getting my permit now, and I really want to be able to start driving by the end of the year. But yeah, I wasn't able to drive, and when we were talking about moving, I let them know that. And we both worked at the same park, so we had made an agreement. Oh, we got 3 people. We made an agreement that I would trip in whatever I could for gas, and because we were going to the same location anyway, like I wouldn't mind waiting around or being at work a lot sooner than usual, like working with a schedule to try and like make it so their commute to be easy. It started off fine, but then he kind of got into a habit of leaving me behind and not coming back. And there was one time where I had a morning shift and he had a morning shift. He didn't tell me, but I found out later that he and his fiance randomly decided to take a trip to Miami, which is several mile ways, and it's a long drive and things like that. So I was basically stuck at work. I didn't have any money to Uber home, and I basically had to stay at work. I couldn't even go to the parks or anything like that because I only had my costume for the location I was working that day. So I'm waiting backstage, this big goofy costume. He's not responding to a text or anything like that. And so I'm texting all my friends asking, is anybody able to help me get home? Because I'm not hearing back from my roommates and I really need to get home. Most of them were either at work and couldn't respond, or they were out of town for their own vacations. So yeah, I'm not able to get home until like 11 o'clock, and my shift ended at 3. So I talked to the roommate saying, hey, what the heck? We had an agreement. And then he just keeps getting worse after that. It just keeps escalating. And then there's one point where he takes a vacation to Las Vegas. And so he tells me that the other roommate had agreed that it's okay to ask them for a right to work if I need any help with that. So the first day just so happens to be at the same park that the other roommate works at. And they're fine with it. We don't really talk that much, but they say they're fine with it. And then they get really mean to me when I'm asking what time they'd like me, what time are they able to pick me up. They get really mean to me, saying they never agree to pick me up, that they'd only drop me off. And when I asked, hey, what the heck, we had an agreement that that you'd help me get to and from work. The only thing they respond with is not my problem. And it's like, I still don't understand their logic, because if I need help getting to work, how am I supposed to be able to get home? Because this is another one of those days where I just didn't really have any money to Uber, because the other person not following through with the carpool arrangement meant that I was basically spending all my money on Ubers. And like I had nothing left over for anything else if I didn't want to dig into rent. And over time, I'm finding out that he's charging me way more for rent than the other people are paying. And I find out one point that, like, he took the one vacation, and then he took another vacation. Both were, like, super expensive. One was for Las Vegas, another was for a cruise ship. He had trouble paying his car payments after that, and was using the money I gave him for rent to pay for that. So... And then later, he got mad at me because I was, like, a little bit, I was a little short on rent one week. We had an arrangement where I'd give him this amount every week, and then... Oh, wait, is Tricolor happening now? I think Tricolor is happening now. Oh, we at that point. Okay, that's cool. That's neat. Okay. But yeah, going back to what I was saying... It becomes a very bad situation very, very quickly. Because, like, I was short, like, $100 one week, and then I said that I'd be able to make up for it the next week. He's just flat out not hearing me out or anything like that, and, like, basically blaming me because he pawned his roller decks and was using my rent money to pay it back. And then I made it clear to him that if I find out you're using my rent money on anything that's not rent, you and I are going to have a very long talk you're not going to like. And things just keep escalating from there and stuff like that. And it gets to a point where, to be blunt, he threatened my life. And... yeah, like, right before then, I was already looking for other arrangements to figure out another place to live, because I just did not want to be around those people anymore. But that was, like, the straw that broke the camel's back. And, so, like, we're already figuring things out, and, like, I'm already figuring out things with the new living situation. And, so, when I tell the roommate that I'm going to be looking into moving out in the next couple of weeks... he tries to say that he wants me to give him a 90-day notice to move out, when that's not how that works, but like 90 days notice and things like that. And I give him the time frame that I'm going to be moving out, and then I find out later on Facebook that he posts a thing looking for new roommates and basically trying to say that I left, that I'd already moved out without notice. And he was also posting pictures of me on message boards and things like that, trying to tell people not to rent with me because I apparently never pay my bills or anything like that, and I'm always taking vacations. And just... I usually don't like bad-mouthing people behind their back, but this is easily the most hypocritical thing that I'd ever seen in my life. So... yeah, we move out. I didn't tell them an exact time frame I was moving out. Like, I did tell them the time frame, but I didn't tell them what exact date, because there's no way I was going to tell them that. And the friend who I was staying with when I first played Splatoon 3, she helps me get everything out and put stuff in storage and lets me stay with her for a couple days. And then another friend, like, I couldn't stay with her for super long, but another friend helped me out and was able to stay with her until everything was finalized for this current place. And again, like, these three people that I was able to stay with during these times, they are some of the most incredible people that I've ever met in my entire life, and like, I'm forever grateful for everything. And things are looking a bit better. Like, I really love my current place. I love my current place, and the people here are really nice and things like that. And I have hiccups. So, yeah, I would say things get better in situations, but also 2023 on its own has been a huge train wreck. So, yeah, that's it. We just jumped right into that spot bomb. So, yeah, that's been a thing. So, yeah, now, with all that in mind, with that ongoing with my first experience with Splatoon 3, and everything else going on in 2023, that kind of leads to a big thing I want to talk about with this game. So, I like this game, but it's kind of one of those games where I know it's great and I would have loved it under any other circumstance, but because of my life situation when I was first experiencing it, it's kind of stained by that memory. So, yeah, I am enjoying the streams and things like that, but I will be honest that it's kind of forever tainted by a lot of stuff that's happened this year, which is really unfortunate because I really do like this game. And even beyond that, I think I probably would like Splatoon 2 just more in general, because I felt like that one, like, just felt a little bit more replayable. Like, I'd play through that one, like, even when I wasn't doing Let's Play related stuff and things like that. So, yeah. Now, though that being said, I do really enjoy this game, and I'm very happy that I am able to play this game and that we've been consistent with the streams so far. So, even with all the negative stuff and even with everything that's happened this year, like, I am still enjoying my time. And this game really has been one of those where, like, it's been a great form of escapism during difficult times. And it also kind of helps that, like, Meanie Beanie, she loved the Splatoon series as well. And it's kind of been, I don't want to say therapeutic, but it's been kind of helping to continue working on something Splatoon related, because it reminds me of all the times that we talk about Splatoon. Like, one of my favorite things ever, I never mentioned this during Splatoon 2 Let's Play, but one of my favorite things that we debate over is one of those, like, playful debates between siblings, where the catchphrase Marina and Pearl say, where they're like, "Don't get cooked, stay off the hook." Meanie Beanie was always convinced that that was a drug reference. Like, it's not. I can see where she's coming from, but, like, that wasn't the case. At least that wasn't intentional. But we'd always argue about that, and it was always just really funny. Just a lot of great moments like that. I think Callie was her favorite between Callie and Maria as well. And she'd always talk about Pearl. Like, do I want to see this next part? I don't know if I want to see this next part. Let's just say that she kind of identified with Pearl in a way as well, and that's kind of a big reason why Pearl has kind of been going up high on my list recently. So, yeah, we've had a lot of really great moments playing Splatoon, and I'm always forever grateful that we recorded that one local multiplayer episode for Splatoon 2, because not only is that the most viewed Let's Play video that I've ever worked on, which I'm very grateful for, it's also a really great one to look back on whenever, like, I want to think about good times and things like that. And the moment that particularly stands out to me is this one part where this was after my niece was born. She's not even a year old at this point. We're talking about the fact that these videos, in a way, are kind of like time capsules, because like, my baby niece could look back on these videos in, like, 5, 10, 15 years from now and see what, like, in the video we talk about what her uncle was like when he was like 24, 25, however old it was. But really, you can also just see how Meanie Beanie was too. She was always really joyful. She was always the kind of person to be the first to respond if somebody needed help and things like that. She was a very kind heart, and I'm always forever grateful for all that stuff. And, like, so one of my other favorite memories was that she was an adamant Splat Roller player. she would play heavy splatling every now and then, but she was adamant that the roller was the most overpowered thing in existence. It was great, because, like, I would try to tell her, you know, there are other weapons in the game. They're pretty good, too. You can use the dualies to dodge. Nope, I want the roller. Okay, fine, but the slosher is a good counter for the Brella. Nope, nope, nope. I'm gonna stick with my roller. And it was always also just the vanilla roller, too. She never experimented with, like, the crack-on roller or anything like that. And, like, there was one point in time when I was trying to say that you'd probably really like the Octobrush. The Octobrush is really, really good. Nope, nope. I'm going to use the roller for the rest of my existence playing Splatoon, and it's going to be awesome. And, yeah. It was always really fun. I think she did get a chance to play this one a little bit. I don't think she ever got too far into the single-player campaign. But like our other sister, she goes by Mercury. She appeared a little bit in these streams before, but we all three of us were playing a little bit of the story mode, and it was really amusing because I was expecting Mini Binny to beat it before me, but like I think Mercury finished it first. I don't know how far Mini Binny got, but like we were like Mercury and I were kind of like teasing Mini Beanie, saying, you gotta play the single player campaign. We've played it and you haven't, and we're gonna spoil it for you. So yeah, that's all the memories of playing Splatoon with my sister and things like that has kind of been very therapeutic playing through this game again. It also just really helps I love Splatoon. Ah, it's 100-time battle! 100-time battle. Okay, I need to focus. And it's gonna be awesome. Whew, boy, okie dokie, boo yeah! This was the stage that the big run was on before. Alrighty then. So, going on with my usual strategies. I usually like to try to go to the center first and cover up as much of that as possible, because a lot of the pitfalls that newer players will end up in is that they'll try to cover up like every square inch close to the base. And it's like, it's good to cover your base, but to focus on that at the very beginning of the match is not a good idea, because you're going to be going back to your base a bunch of times during the match anyway, because you're going to get splatted. So it's better to go to the center and try to dominate that area first, and then work slowly back towards your base. It's kind of like it's kind of always interesting trying to figure out like a good strategy, because if you focus too much on the center, then everything else surrounding it will get covered by your enemy's ink. But if you don't focus on the center, then you're not going to have that good stronghold in that area, and it's going to make going through a lot more difficult. So it's especially the case in modes like Rainmaker, where you really do need ground control to succeed in the matches and things like that. So it's definitely like something you need to... What weapon is that? Oh, that was one of the bows, but I didn't... Why isn't it letting me do the thing? Okay, we got you. I'm gonna do a splat on you. Be destroyed. Be destroyed. Ow. I really wish I was better with the bow and arrow, because the bow and arrow is such an interesting concept for a weapon in this game, but I've just never been good with it. I've just never been good with it. It makes me sad because I think it's a really cool idea. If they could do something like the undercover Brella, where I wasn't too fond of Brellas when they first came out, but then the undercover Brella happened where they changed the one part of it that I didn't like and introduced something really cool to it. It was definitely something that made me appreciate Brellas a lot more. Maybe they could do something like that with... that was a bad time to use that. Maybe they could do something like that with the bow. I don't remember what their fists were called. Okay, over there. You're in the danger zone. You're in the danger zone. Okay, that person has a good stronghold for that. Oh, this is bad. Oh no, this is bad. 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 Oh no, we lost that at the very last second. I can just tell that right now. That is going to be quite unfortunate indeed. Yeah, we had a good stronghold in the center, and then we all got splatted. That is unfortunate. That is quite unfortunate indeed. And I'm salty because that was 100 times battle. Oh, darn. Hi, Country Ball. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. We're playing through the Shiver, Frye, Big Man Splatfest in Splatoon 3. It's gonna be a fun time whether we like it or not. I find it really interesting that they have the deep cut Splatfest presumably in the middle of when these are going to be happening. We know that updates for the game are going to last 2 years. We don't know if that's the same for Splatfest in general or if it's just for the updates. I'm going to assume it's for the updates because that's about how long Splatfests were ongoing for the first 2 games. That's my assumption for that. So that's going to be a thing. Hey, I know you. Hi, James. Oh, barnacles. How you doing? I heard your computer exploded, and that's funny. Anyway. I'm going to regret that comment later, aren't I? We're going to play through this area, because we are Team Shiver. So I haven't seen a whole lot of big men teams, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because usually, for the other games, if you didn't see a whole lot of the other team, that kind of meant that you'd have a lot of repeats, but that's not exactly the case with this one, because there are 3 teams. So... You splatted me when I specifically asked you not to. James says ... Yes, you will, smiley face. I'm gonna say this in the last stream, but that song is from SpongeBob. That's the song that plays when Man Ray's tickle belt's going off. I didn't realize until like last year that that was an actual song. It's called the Happy Song or something like that. And it goes something along the lines of it has no right to be that catchy, but it is catchy, and it's stuck in my head now. And it's all your fault! Ah, you want me to go that way? Ah, why was that a thing? Country Ball says, I'm getting my DNA test soon. DNA test! I don't have DNA. I'm just a disembodied voice that gets slapped. It's very impressive if you can slap something that's only a voice. That's kind of impressive. I'm gonna splat you, splat that all on the floor, splat that. Why wasn't that a song in the verses? That could have been a good one. That fried rice person keeps splatting me. That hurts my feelings. Owie! Okay, that person's name is in Japanese, and that made me think of something cool. So every now and then at Disney, we have something called like an international program people, where I don't know exactly how it works, but there'll be like college program people, but from out of country. So like right now we have a lot of cast members on the program coming from Japan, and the one lady who's working Galaxy's Edge, who came from Japan, she taught me how to write my name in Japanese, and I'm just super happy about that. She also taught me how to write Esteban in Japanese too. That's really fun. So like, those of you who don't know, I work at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and my little Porg, those little bird things from Star Wars, I named him mine Esteban, and it's like the best thing in existence. That was a really good victory. I'm happy about that one. Country Ball says, what time is it for you right now? Question mark, question mark, question mark. It is 8:22 p.m. That is nighttime. We started the stream about 7:30 or so, but we'll keep going.
We will keep going and we will like it!
So how's everybody's day so far? Did you have a good breakfast? Did you drink a nice glass of milk? Do you not like milk? Did you drink water? Water is probably higher up on the tier list of lifetime necessities than milk is. Brine Water Springs. I don't recognize the stage. I do now. I recognize the layouts, I don't recognize names. I'm an interesting gopher. Dr. Boss says, for me it's about 1:24. I'm so tired. Yeah, I've been up for way longer than I probably should be, honestly. I had a morning shift today, and it... Okay, so this requires a bit of explanation. So I wake up 3 hours before my shift starts, because I usually ride a bike to work every day. So it takes me an hour to get there. And so, like, I wake up, ride the bike for an hour, and then spend the next hour changing into my costume and showering and work and things like that. I have hiccups, I apologize. But today, I woke up and I was like, you know, I only got 5 hours of sleep. I'm sleepy. I'm gonna try to take a nap. So I set my alarm again, but then I just cannot fall asleep for the life of me. Because that's my big curse, is that if I wake up in the middle of the night, I just cannot fall back asleep to save my life. So that's a thing that happens. And another thing that's happening is that these jerks are trying to get into our base. They're all about that base, about that base. No, Splatling.
Owie!
I said no Splatling and then got splatted by a Splatling. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Yay, we avenged ourselves!
Yeah, I woke up way earlier than I wanted to. Then couldn't fall back to sleep, and I was like, you know what, I'm too tired to bike, I'll just take a stupid Uber. Alright, so I'm gonna try and not get splatted. Aha, we succeeded in the staying alive part of being alive. That's usually the top of the list of lifetime necessities. Alright, we're doing good, pushing back, and they got a whop, oh yeah!
Okay, just keep the momentum going.
That feels like a Xenoblade quote. Alba says something along those lines of Xenoblade X. I'm trying to remember how that quote starts. I'll move in and keep the rhythm going, or something like that. Man, there's a moment in... Actually, as soon as I say that, it's a spoiler. Never mind. Hey, you are going to be up there, and now you are nuts, and we are going to throw an ink storm at your face! Country Ball says I'm going to go to sleep in about 2 hours, maybe. Or we can stay up forever and play Splatoon. Hi, Riley, you're playing in the corner. I don't know if you watch these videos or anything like that, but you're one of my first viewers who like commented in on my Let's Plays and things like that. You commented during my Skyward Sword Let's Play, and that's always a really fun time. Alright, so let's back out of regular Turf War and see if we can play some Tricolor. Ooh, the thing is random. Ew. Alright, so basically, Tricolor battles in this game, if you've never seen them before, they're basically 3-player Turf Wars. And it's a little bit complicated, and I admit I didn't understand how they worked the first couple streams for this game. But basically how it works is that you have 2 attacking teams. Both those teams have 2 players. And you have a defending team that has 4 players. The attacking teams can summon like a super weapon in the center of the stage to activate a permanent sprinkler. And beyond that, it's regular Turf War rules. So, okay, we're defenders, so we're not going to have access to the special weapon. But the basic idea is that we're going to try to make it so that the other teams can't get that special weapon. Because if they can't get that, then we have the advantage of covering most the area in the most amount of ink. Okay, now here's the problem. I don't remember this layout, so I don't know where the secret weapon is. But we'll keep going. We'll keep going, and we will drink Jamba Juice. I've not had Jamba Juice in a very long time. Ultra Signal has appeared. This is where the thingy is, and that is where I was dead. Backflippo. Alright. We're going to continue not letting them get the Ultra Signal. So yeah, I didn't understand how this mode worked, and it wasn't until like 3 or 4 streams into this playthrough that it kind of like really clicked how Tricolor works. My problem with it is that the tutorials don't really do a good job explaining what you do. And it's kind of like the big problem I have with a lot of the multiplayer modes in this game. Like Clan Blitz, everybody was lost on how that mode worked when it first appeared. But yeah, basically, no. Okay. Yeah. I didn't understand how it worked, and it wasn't until a few streams later when it really started clicking things like that. But yeah, basically, you have regular Turf War, but you have the Ultra Signal in the center that the attacking teams are trying to use to get a permanent advantage. So the recommended strategies that I have for this mode, if you're one of the attacking teams, I recommend that you try to have some kind of special weapon set off towards the center, so that either it splats your opponents or gets them away from the Ultra Signal. One of you goes in and kind of acts as the one to stall everybody else, while the other one goes for the signal. This can be pretty difficult because you'll need to have good communication with your teammate, and because there's only 2 of you, this is where it gets really challenging. So if you can play the voice chat with another person, that's probably going to be your best option. But beyond that, defending team usually is going to work the same as usual. It's just going to be a matter of keeping the Ultra Signal out of the enemy hands. Because if they get this Ultra Signal, that is a permanent sprinkler. And that can be pretty difficult to come back from, especially if they get multiple Ultra Signals. I don't know what the exact limit is, but there was one time where I saw like 2, and they got like a huge advantage, and it was actually kind of cool. I don't remember if I was on that team or not, but it's gonna be close. I feel like we were doing well at the beginning of that, but then we didn't do well.
I like how the one inkling was like pointing at the other one. It was like,
Look at that fabulous dab. Underball says you got 3 more people. I mean 2. Woo! James Rose says, yeah, Big Man. Boo, Big Man. Big Man is the one that we want to lose. If I make like montages out of these Splatfest streams or anything like that, one thing that I really want to do is like edit that clip of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker where they're like, I don't care if you win, I just need Kylo Ren to lose. I want to edit that, but make it so that like it's something along the lines of, I don't care if Shiver or Frye win, I just want Big Man to lose. James says that Big Man is the best. Big Man #1. When I read that, I imagined Charles Martinet voice. So, it's like, Big Man #1. Wahoo! Is this Sturgeon Shipyard?
this is totally Sturgeon Shipyard. I love this stage. This is one of my favorites from Splatoon 2.
I remember when I first played Splatoon 2, I thought, this is a pretty fun stage. I like it fine enough. But then there was that one Splatfest dialogue where, or off the hook cut dialogue where Marina was mentioning it's one of her favorite stages. I was like,
Oh, this is one of the waifu's favorite stages. That's one of my favorites now too, because that's what I'm lame.
That was a splat bomb! That could have ended badly, but then it didn't because I used my eyeballs. Owie! Protected the ultra signal. Oh yeah!
I do hope tricolor mode becomes like a permanent thingy after Splatfest are over. Because it'd be really cool if they could do that. Shifty Stations, they've still became playable after those Splatfests ended. So it'd be nice if Tricolor had some kind of way to stay alive after these Splatfests are done. Because like even if I do think Tricolor matches that take a lot of getting used to, they're still pretty fun. It's just they have a bit of a high learning curve and a bad tutorial. So I think it definitely still has a chance. Nowie. Okay, they didn't get the ultra signal.
They didn't get the ultra signal, and that is pleasant. That is peachy. That is going to smell like a burrito! You get away from the ultra signal.
So, I think the best special weapons to bring into this mode will probably have to be the Booyah Bomb and... speaking of which... that was a Tri-Slash or Novu. But the Booyah Bomb and probably the Kraken would probably be some of the better ones to do. So that's probably going to be the best word of advice that anybody will ever give a Splatoon player in the history of anything ever, and no one can tell me otherwise. Okay, we need to focus and concentrate, because we lost in the last few seconds last time, so we need to try to be useful to society. Hunter Ball says, I only get 1 to 5 views of a video and I edit them. Don't let views discourage you. If you're having a fun time, then definitely keep at it, because like my first couple years of making videos, I'd be lucky if I broke double digits, and eventually just kind of like stopped paying attention to views altogether. And if after a while, like when I got curious one night, I saw that a lot of my videos were like consecutively doing like 40 plus views, and I didn't know where that started from. So like definitely keep at it. If it's something that you enjoy, then it's definitely worth it, because you get to look back on a lot of really cool stuff. Also, we won a tricolor match. I'm very happy about that. Bye, Country Ball. Thank you for coming. James Rose says, ooh, 1.5 bonus battle. And we won it in Shiver's name, which means that it counts. Oh my god, I could make a really, really bad political joke. I don't know if I want to say it in the video. Screw it, I'll say it anyway. If you count all the legal Splatfests, Shiver easily wins. Oh my god. Alrighty then. Oh, attacking toucans. James says you're lucky we're in public. Hey, you say that, but then you kept slapping me. And then you kept slapping me and it hurt my feelings. Granted, it was a consensual slap, but still. That sounds very bad. Alrighty then, we're good. Yeah, we're feeling alright, and now we're dead. Do you slap anybody in Seattle, James? If you did, I don't know how I feel about that, because that was our thing, and you ruined it! Ah, wait! Alright, let's try to do this with the smart part of our brain. I think this is probably going to be the only big exception I have to my usual strategy of trying to get to the center as quickly as possible. Because if you're on the attacking team, then you probably want to have your base covered in ink faster. Because it doesn't entirely matter that much if you get to the center. At least not until the ultra signal starts appearing. Because then you can focus on that. And then you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. Blobbler in general is also really good for this as well. Because it still has that thing in that Splatoon 2 did, where if like all 4 bubbles contact the enemy, it's like an instant splat, so it's awesome. You didn't slap anybody in Seattle? Aw, you do care. Alright, I'm gonna stay by my buddy. And we are gonna be dead. It's the best friend forever. Best friend forever. Ring! I guess probably also having the... what's it called? The squid beacon thing. Is that in this game? I don't know. I don't have any weapons that use it. If they have something like that, then that's also a pretty good sub weapon to have, so you can like teleport in more places and not have to be limited to where your team is. Alright, we got you. I was trying to use my special. This probably is not the best special to use in the thingy. Okay, we only have 10 seconds left. Okay. No ultra sick. We're not going to be able to make a whole lot of progress. I was trying to do a sneaky sneak and go around the corner. And try to do that, but I wasn't able to do a sneaky sneak. Game says, yes, this beacon is in the game. I just played on a team with some. I don't believe you. I don't think this game has any beacons. Maybe you're a beacon. I mean, technically we are. We are beacons because we can squid jump to each other. Huh. Anyway. Let's go for one more tricolor match. And then we'll probably go into intermission for a little bit before we continue. I would ask what team you're on, James, but you're on Big Man's team just to piss me off. I know how you work.
Oh, Big Man is so great. Oh, he's like,
what's so great about Big Man? He doesn't even have boobs. Oh,
that person's name is Slayonetta. That is such a good name. That reminds me, I have a good story. So, I have a friend at work, and she had a birthday recently. And, so, I was really excited because, I had a birthday present for her, and we didn't have the same work days for, like, a week or so. But I was really excited to get her birthday present. And so, I messaged ahead of time saying, hey, are you okay with that? I got you a birthday present, and she was okay with it. So today we were finally able to meet up. And so, we're talking backstage for a little bit, and I bring out the present. And the funny thing is, this girl, she is probably one of the, biggest goth people that I've ever met. She and another person I work with. I've never met anybody more into goth in my entire life, and it's pretty great. It's really interesting, because, I've known a few people, but I've never... I don't really know how to word it, but their appreciation for goth, the culture, and things like that is really interesting. So, when I was thinking about, okay, I want to get this person a birthday present as a thank you for being an awesome friend this past year. What can I do for them? Bayonetta. I think they'd like that game. They're into goth and witch things and things like that. And Bayonetta is the kind of character that everybody would love. So I think she'd like Bayonetta. So today, I only had the cartridge. I didn't have the case or anything like that. But what I did was that I had a really big bag, and inside of it was a really large stack of pink paper. And inside that was another big bag, and inside that was a tiny little carrying case for Switch games that can only really hold up to 4 of them, but the Bayonetta 2 cartridges in it. And she opens that up, and I swear, she has the biggest smile on her face I'd ever seen, ever. And she just looks at me, literally jumping up and down. This is a goth girl again. The goth girl is literally jumping up and down. And she's like, oh, I love Bayonetta! And that was just one of the most pure things I'd seen in a long, long time, and I was really happy to see that. Also, don't think I didn't see what you posted, James, on the Twitters. I saw that. I see everything. Okay, they are destroying us. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's back up a little bit. Oh, that's why they have the signal. I wasn't paying attention. I was talking about birthday stories. I don't know if she's watching this, but if you do watch this, hi. Hope you had a nice birthday. You're super awesome. Yeah, we're not gonna win this one. I think we lost. It's kind of funny because that friend, so she and her boyfriend, they're a super adorable couple, and it's really funny because you have one who's kind of like a goth witch-like person, and you have another one who everybody calls a pirate. So I don't know why, I just always thought that was a really adorable combination. Keep going. I know we said that'd be the last tricolor match, but I'm actually having fun with tricolor for once. I'm actually having fun with tricolor. That doesn't happen a lot. Seeing on Twitter that James quoted me on the Big Man thing, but it's true. It's true. You do you see that? And do you see how adorable these two are? Do you see how awesome Shiver is? And how adorable Frye is? And then you just got this dweeb. He's like, hey, look at me, oh, hey, I'm a mentor ray and stuff. No, you got these two, and that's all you need in life. I do find it funny that, like, they recently announced the amiibo for Deep Cut, and I do like how big the Big Man amiibo is. That's pretty great. You just know somebody's gonna make like a fan amiibo of like a really, really big Big Man. You just know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be great. We are on the attacking team, so we are going to lose. That was a disgusting noise, and I apologize. Alright. Concentration powers activate. We want to be careful so we do not fail. Do what I say, not what I do, otherwise I will moo. Hey, knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow. Interrupting cow. Moo! So, I guess another fun story I can tell is that, so, I'm a bit of a prankster, especially at work and things like that. And lately my chaotic evil tendencies have been doing this thing where if I see somebody, like I'll randomly be all like, hey, there's a bug on your nose, or like a bug on your shoulder or something like that. Every single time without fail, they'll look there and kind of like swat something off. Even if they don't see anything, they'll swat something off, and I'll just like start giggling, like hysterically, and it's always really great. Because like I was walking out of work, and one of the coordinators was talking to somebody, and so like I'm walking by, they have a stop in their conversation, so like I quickly say, hey, there's a bug on your nose. So like scratches their nose, and then I'm just laughing as I walk off, and you can hear the one girl laughing and the other one getting annoyed. And that's always the best sign of a prank. My favorite ones was like one of my friends and I. We would always do a thing where like we'd mess with each other's porgs and things like that. And there's one time where like we were working the milk stand, and should probably focus on the game. Well, I'm not going to because I want to continue this on the story. I was leaving the milk stand because I got rotated to another assignment. So we finished our conversation, and she doesn't even notice, but I put a straw in her head. And later on, she's telling me that apparently it was there for like a good solid minute or whatever before I guess noticed and pointed it out. And then like, she was always really fun to talk to. We'd always often debate over whether or not Anakin was justified killing younglings and things like that. Because at first, she would say something along the lines of, every time I see a youngling misbehave, I can't help but think that Anakin was right. She'd always say something along those lines, but then later on, we'd like playfully argue back and forth over who was actually right. And her justifying it was that, yeah, Anakin could have turned to the dark side, but you didn't have to kill the younglings. And my justification was that it was because he was doing it for a hot lady. So that was the thing that we'd always debate about. Yay, we kind of won! I think. Does that count? I mean, they won, but we're still on the victory screen, so I don't know if that counts or not. I'm gonna say it does. That is a half win right there. Alright, so we've been going on for about an hour and a half right now. We're going to be taking a quick intermission for about, let's say about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll come back, play Summon Run, and then play a little bit more for Tricolor and things like that. So it's going to be a pretty fun time all around. So, yeah. It is currently 8:50 right now. I'll meet you all back at 9 o'clock. Or something like that. Bye! Master Link! That immodest outfit is quite unbecoming of a hero like you. Please cover yourself up this instant. Now, that's what she's saying out loud.
But let's be honest, this is what she's really thinking.
But I was busy thinking about boys. I was busy dreaming about boys. Head is spinning thinking about boys. In every city I got one with different ringtones.
Oh, well, Pancake's not here. Now it's going to be delayed again.
Is it?
I'm
Wait.
still here, you moron!
Then speak up!
Oh wow. Shot for these oral cans.
Please keep that in the video. That was too good.
No.
Yes.
That was not the smartest move in the world. Alright, let's go. And why am I having so much trouble with this? Why am I having so much trouble with this? I could beat this in less than a minute normally. Whee!
Since this is coming out in December, where do you think the channel is at this point? Do you think we're done with our current projects or no?
If you haven't already, go play River City Girls. It's pretty good. Alright, we are now back from intermission. Whee! Looking over audio settings real quick, make sure everything's working okay. It should, in the theory, be accurately doing things that are epic. Alright, let's go back to the game. Alright, well, let's see what we've been playing lately. We got Splatoon 3, Persona 4 Golden, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Bode, SpongeBob SquarePants, Butterfruit Bikini Bottom, YouTube, my favorite game ever, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Super Mario Odyssey. That's a pretty good one. I might make videos on that one someday. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Game Boy Advance Online, Doki Doki Literature Club, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Most of my time lately, when it comes to working on videos, has been trying to get Super Mario Odyssey. Because, like, I really want to make it so that the last couple Odyssey episodes, like, uploaded around the same time. I don't know if the grand finale would be uploaded around that time, but that's my current goal. The grand finale might be delayed by a little bit, but I would like to have a good majority of the rest of the videos uploaded around the same time, because, yeah, I don't want another Splatoon 2 situation where the last chunk of videos just get uploaded like months apart from each other. Alright, so like I said earlier, we're going to be getting back into the groove of things by playing a little bit of Salmon Run. So it's going to be a bit of a fun time. Last time we did Splatoon 3, the stream was entirely Salmon Run. And I realized that there were more bosses in this mode than I previously thought. So that was a fun thing to discover on stream. And I don't really know what I'm going to be doing with Big Run for the Let's Play. I have an idea? So my current idea is that if a big run happens during the Let's Play, that we would probably make that one be the center focus for the videos. I'm not entirely sure what I'm not entirely 100% sure what I'm going to be doing with that yet. But I did at least do the stream, so I could make like a montage episode or something like that. I don't know if I'd want to use the previous stream though for that, because I was kind of grumpy last stream, admittedly. Something happened in my personal life that day, and I was like super grumpy that day, so I didn't really feel like, oh, this is a thing. Alrighty then, I don't remember exactly how we deal with these guys. Okay, alright, that's what I was thinking. We had to throw spot bombs into them. But yeah, there probably will be more big runs, so we can use footage for those instead. But we might still use from some previous one, because that was still a fairly fun stream. That is not a wall we can ink. Okay. Oh, that was a hiccup. That was a hiccup that came from my mouth. Alright, so basically the big strategy you want to do with these guys is that you want to throw the bomb into the mouth. You want to be like kind of off to the side so that the trail of chums coming your way don't ruin your life or whatever. So that could be pretty good. There was also like the golden chums too. They could be a nuisance to deal with, but eventually you'll be able to conquer anything you set your mind to if you believe in the power of eggnog. If you don't believe in the power of eggnog, then you know, that's okay too. Believe in whatever drink and beverage that you believe in. As long as it's not coffee. Or alcohol. Or drugs. Yay, we did it! Now we're entering. So, there's a ride at Epcot called Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. And there's a moment where you have a character who's played by Terry Crews. And he's like, Epcoters, Epcotians, does anybody know what they call themselves? Am I on? Somebody needs to tell me when I'm on. So the part where he's like, does anybody know what they call themselves? There's one time where a lady was all like, alcoholics. You usually hear somebody shout something funny like that, But more often than not, it's something like that. You'll hear tourists or alcoholics and things like that. One time I heard Disney brats, which is pretty good. If I ever work up the courage for one, I'd want to do one. I don't know what I'd say, but like, I don't know, I think it'd be pretty funny. Like, I do have an idea for what I would want to say if there's ever like a cast only night. Because every now and then Disney will have like an event, like an after hours event only for cast members. And if they ever do one for Epcot, and if I'm able to be in Cosmic Rewind during that, I have an idea for what I want to do. But I don't know. I'm not good with the sniper. Thank you, Mr. O'Malley, for saving my life. Ah, wait. We might not succeed this time. Yeah, we're not gonna succeed. Yeah, nope. Okay, we'll play one more Salmon Run mode after this. Sorry if the camera moves around like that. I have a habit where I like juggle the controller between my hands. Like I'll like toss it slightly into the other hand, and I'll go back and forth like that. It's kind of like it's a little fidget that I've always had. Oh no, we took a pay cut. Oh no. Whatever are we gonna do? Oh, speaking of Disney, you know what's exciting? D23. Let's talk about that. How have I not talked about that yet? So D23 happened recently. Technically, it's still ongoing, but basically, if you don't know what that is, that's basically Disney's E3, where they showcase a lot of stuff for that Imagineering is working on. Last year's show was kind of lame. They were showcasing more so like blue sky concepts, which are basically ideas that they're working on, but they don't have a solid timeline for actually building it. This year, they were more so working on that, so we got to see like how a lot of those original ideas have kind of like grown over time, and what they showed off was pretty cool. So one of the bigger things that they were talking about was that Animal Kingdom's going to get like a kind of like an expansion. So the Dinoland USA area is kind of not super well liked among Disney fans. It's themed for like a bit of a rundown. How are we only have one player already? Alright. And that one player now is me. And I only had a sniper weapon and I was in a corner. That did not end well at all. Holy crap. You couldn't even get one golden neck. You gave me a stupid sniper weapon! You gave me a stupid sniper weapon! Well, anyway, I was trying to say was that Dino Land is getting replaced. And a part of me is a little bummed because Dinosaur is one of my favorite rides. But at the same time, it has needed a major change because it screams 90s. So, yeah, it sounds like it's going to be revamped into an Indiana Jones style ride, which makes a lot of sense because the original, like, dinosaur is based off Indiana Jones adventure. So it makes sense that they'd work in that direction. But it sounds like the Dino Land area is like, we're stuck with the stupid bamboozler once again. Game, get it through your mind hole. I don't like this weapon. Okay, we have a sniper, so this is actually somewhat of a useful thing, but I do not like this weapon one bit. No, I don't. And that is a death. Okay, so, yeah, they're retheming Dino Land in its entirety to be themed for, like, Central America, which makes a lot of sense. You have the Africa area, you have the Asia area. It makes sense they have, like, a Central America part of Animal Kingdom. So it seems like a majority of the focus is going to be on Encanto, which makes a lot of sense. I'm just saying right too much. It makes a lot of sense to be thinking for Encanto. It's a beloved recent movie. Disney likes having synergy within their parks and things like that. So it makes a lot of sense. And I really liked Encanto, so it's exciting that they're going to be making rides based off it. I don't know exactly what they'll be doing. I don't know if they'll do like dark rides or anything like that. I do really hope they do a coaster. They're not going to because Encanto is a family-friendly movie. But I really do hope they do a roller coaster because roller coasters are my favorite things in existence. But yeah, it'd be fun if they could do something like that. So I'm not entirely sure what they would actually do for an Encanto ride. I'm imagining something along the lines of making minis run a railway, like a simple trackless ride like that goes through the scenes of the movie. So I'm imagining something along those lines. It sounds like the Encanto ride itself is going to be built more so where the Dino Land, where the actual carnival area is. Dino Land, basically, if you've never seen it before, it's made up of a bunch of carnival games. It had a small spinning coaster called Primeval World, but it shut down years ago. And it also has Triceratops, which is basically just a Dumbo clone, but for Triceratops, which, you know, they don't fly, so I don't know why it's those dinosaurs of all things. Now, the actual land itself, I've never really had a problem with Dino Land, but it was never really one of the bigger first stops I'd make when I'd go to Animal Kingdom. So the big reasons why I usually went to Dino Land in the first place was if the mood struck me to play the carnival games, which they were pretty fun. I did like them. They had like cute little prizes that they'd give you. My problem with it though is it was like $6 per ticket, which is a little much, but it's Disney, so what do you expect? And like the big reasons why I'd go there is because dinosaurs were my favorite rides ever. One of the friends I was mentioning earlier, she used to work on Dinosaur, and it's always really fun. Because like one of my favorite things ever when going to a Disney park is because I've had a lot of friends who have transferred over to attractions, and it's one of my favorite things ever, just going to one of my favorite rides, and then boom, suddenly you have a friend there. It's like, hey, I know that person. I like that person. Yay, that person. And that's also like one of my favorite things ever. Like I have another friend who works so at Midway Media, and like, man, it's always really fun seeing my friends and things like that. So yeah, that's fun. She used to work Dinosaur. She doesn't work there anymore. But yeah, that was one of my favorite things ever. All right, we got that. Now we'll go over here. My nose is itchy. Nose is itchy. Nose is itchy. Nose is itchy. Okay, nose itchy gone. All right, so yeah, like it's just in general really fun seeing my friends at the parks and things like that. There was one time where we were working a droid cart, which is the soda cart near the droid depot, and I feel so bad for this. I didn't mean it to come out this way, but there's one time where some guests walked up to the cart. They walked up to the cart and they were asking what ride it was. And I didn't entirely understand what they were asking, so when they asked what ride it was, I looked behind, like, they were pointing at the rock formation behind me, and so they're like, excuse me, sir, what ride is this? This is a rock. I always feel bad for that, because, like, I probably could have been more professional about that, but the guests didn't mind it. They didn't think anything of it or anything like that. I wasn't trying to be mean or anything, but my two friends who were working the cart with me, like, they were laughing for like a solid minute, and to this day one of them like still comes up to me and says that cracks him up every now and then, thinking about what ride is this? This is a rock. Alright, got you. Alrighty then. Got you. Oh no! Get away from me! Get away from me! Owie! That hurt my feelings and the rest of my body. Oh, that's over. Yay, it's over. Yay, squid party. Oh, yeah. I love squid parties at the end of Salmon Run. It's one of my favorite things ever. That, I know for a fact that was Meanie Beanie's favorite thing in these games. 75, not too bad. Not too bad at all. We did it. We did it. Oh yeah. No eating here tonight. Woo, no eating here tonight. No eating here tonight. You're on a diet. Please wait. Please stay clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados de los pretos. That is literally the only Spanish phrase I know. I know a few words here and there, but that is the only phrase that I can say off the top of my head and know exactly what it means. It's really dumb because it's literally just please stand clear of the doors because they play it on the Disney monorails, but it's an iconic part of the Disney monorails. Like, it's important and stuff. Like, please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados de los pretos. I do eventually want to learn another language. It's just that languages in general are just difficult for me. Alright, so we are now back in the main part of the Splatfest, and it's going to be epic and awesome. It's going to be as epic as Mickey. The Power of Illusion. That's the 3DS game that I like, but nobody ever talks about. It's really interesting because that game is kind of like considered a bit of a spiritual successor to Castle of Illusion, which you'd think would have gotten a lot more attention because it's like a spin-off of Epic Mickey, which is already kind of a beloved game, being a successor to Castle of Illusion, which is another beloved Mickey Mouse game. But nobody ever talks about Power of Illusion. The issue with it, though, is that it came out around the same time as Epic Mickey The Power of Two, which got a very negative reception. So I can kind of understand why nobody would talk about the spin-off, but it was a fun game. Like, I've been playing through it a little bit in my own time recently, and like, I don't think I'll be making videos of it anytime soon, but it's still a pretty enjoyable one. And like, I always feel bad for Epic Mickey 2, because there is a gaming gallery where in the script I had Pancake make fun of Epic Mickey 2. Nearly every comment in that video is defending the game. And I always feel bad for that because I never really want to spread too much negativity in videos. Because like, you'll see so many videos out there being like, oh, you like The Legend of Zelda? This is why Breath of the Wild is bad. Oh, I see you like Tomb Raider. The Legend trilogy is nothing compared to the reboots and just things like that. It gets really tiring after a while, so I never want to make videos like that. But then I have that one, which is the highest viewed gaming gallery ever. And half of it is making fun of Epic Mickey 2, and I felt bad for that. Alright, so not doing too well from the beginning, but we've got plenty of time to make a comeback. It's really the last minute or so where things really matter. Because the beginning of it, it's more so just getting everything set up. But you still have a lot of opportunity to you have a lot of opportunity to... What am I trying to say? I had the terminology in mind a moment ago, but then I forgot it because I'm not very good at structuring sentences off the top of my head. Will ya bomb activate? Got that. Yeah. BAM! That's not where you are. You are up there. And I am deceased. Danger. I'm in danger. Whee! Owie. I'll never forget the first time I did that to Gaming with Pi. Like, he didn't know how I did it at first, and it was always really fun. Man, like, those streams we did with Pi, like, those are still some of my favorites that we've ever done on the channel's history. Man, like, I would love to have it back on these videos at some point. But eventually, maybe hopefully at some point. The problem though is that like trying to line up a good time and things like that, and also other things. But hopefully at some point, because Game with Pie is an awesome dude.
I'd also just in general like to have more guests on these Splatfest streams in the future too, because it's really fun playing these with a co-commentator. After, would you go away? Remember that time that I said that we could catch up in the last half hour? I don't know. Can you imagine a turf war that goes on for half an hour? Oh my goodness, that would take a long time.
Yay, I am good at words.
I am good at speaking the English, and I am great at not sucking at this game. I do really like to have a lot more variety of victory animations in this game. I just don't like how you unlock them. The catalog, I gotta say, I'm not very fond of the catalog. Alright, let's play... We'll probably change weapons after this one, because we've been playing the blah 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 for a little bit. And I'm gonna drink some water real quick. I drink water like a good person. I'm gonna check on the audio bouncing to see how well... Oh no, we don't have time for that anymore. We don't have time for professionalism. Is this Emerald Bridge? I think this is Hammerhead Bridge. That's kind of cool. Okay, so this might be one of my favorite details in Splatoon 3, just in general. But Hammerhead Bridge, this was a stage from the first game. It didn't return in Splatoon 2, but it did make a comeback in this one. So, in the first Splatoon game, it was under construction. It's still under construction in this game, even though, like, canonically, like, how much longer does it take place? It canonically takes place like 4 to 6 years after the first game. There's like a 6-year difference between them. At least I think that's how much time passes. But, like, there's all that. So you'd think the bridge would be a little bit further along, but no, it's not. And it's really funny because that's kind of what construction projects feel like in real life. Because I remember back where I used to live in Oregon, there was one bridge that literally had construction on it for 10 years. And I could not tell you the difference between any of the progress ever made, aside from like maybe one ramp getting like new railings or whatever. But that construction ramp was ongoing for like 10 years, and I just could not tell you the difference between when it started and the last time that I saw it. It might still be under construction, honestly, because last time that I was there was still construction. So, like, who knows what they were doing, but it's just one of those things where it's a construction project that was going on forever. So, that's one of my favorite things about Splatoon 3 is that Hammerhead Bridge had, like, construction on it in the first game. There's a 6-year difference between them, and it's still under construction. You can see the progress between them, don't get me wrong, it's really great, but the fact that it's still construction might be the most realistic thing in the entire Splatoon series. It's awesome. And thing is, I wasn't even all that fond of the stage in the first place, but just that detail made me really appreciate this a lot more. And nowadays, I'm kind of seeing it in a bit of a better light, because this is really what Port Mackerel probably should have been. Because my big problem with Port Mackerel is that it is like a long, narrow stage, but you have all those corners, and it's really annoying to go through, because you have people who could just be around those corners at any point in time, and it's really obnoxious to go through. Because it's already kind of nerve-wracking going through narrow areas in this game because you have anybody who can be hiding in the ink and they can come out and splat you at any moment. But it's even more obnoxious to go through when you have stages like Port Mackerel where it's like narrow corridors with a bunch of boxes everywhere. Hammerhead Bridge, it has like a similar stage structure where it's one long corridor, but you still have small branching paths and you don't have nearly as many boxes obscuring everything. So it's a lot more, I'd say it's a lot more user-friendly than Port Mackerel was. Alright, I think we're gonna go until... We're gonna go for a little bit longer. Let's change our weapons first and see if that can help us any. I love the blah 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 and everything, and this thing might be good to have a bit more variety.
What weapon do we want now?
We have a Dark Ditcherdooly, Spot Roller. Let's go Dark Ditcherdoolies. I always love these ones because you can like Splat Roll like 4 times in a row. It's fun. You won 100-time battle. Yay! Let's do the Splat Roll again. Hammerhead Bridge, oh yeah. Ah, this is a Squid Sisters song. I like the Squid Sisters. There we go. I make weird noises when I play Splatoon. I was hoping we could have splatted that hammer. Just happened to go behind them and do a sneaky sneak. But that's not exactly how it works. That's not how the story goes. I never saw anything beyond the first season of that show. Like, my sister was really excited for the Netflix series Unfortunate Events show. I remember watching every episode of the first season and really liking it. I never really saw much of season 2, though. I saw a little bit of it, but I didn't really watch a whole lot of the way through. And I know my family finished watching the last season, and they really liked it. I just never really got around to it. Because, like, I've never really had Netflix. I've only ever watched it if somebody else had the account, but I've never had my own Netflix account. Hey, Light Saga's playing Splatoon 3 now. Oh man, I miss that guy. I don't think he makes videos anymore, but he was always really fun to collaborate with. Also, if you hear anything in the background, that's my phone vibrating, because, like, okay, those are my favorite things ever, but, you remember that waifu video we made a while back for Pancake's channel? Shortly after that, we set up a Discord channel where it's just literally just nothing but talking about waifus, and it's one of my favorite things just in general ever. It's one of my favorite things ever. Like, we'll talk about waifus and sharing like pictures and stories and things like that. And we keep saying that we want to make like a good list of like all of them and try to figure out like what waifus we talk about more than anybody else. But it's Pyra. It's Pyra by a long shot. And also, I'm starting to remember why I never liked Hammerhead Bridge. Because like, it seems like no matter what, if they get the push on you, it's kind of impossible to make a good comeback. And I'm starting to remember why I never really liked this stage.
Okay, I think after this, I'm gonna back out of this room and then try a different team. Yikes! Oh my god, that was savage! Well, I'm sure they're happy now. I'm sure they're very happy at the moment. Was there somebody screaming, "Oh, we got 72%! Oh, I'm so happy!" In that case, I'm happy for them. They did good that round. They did really good. They were able to secure the center and keep us from achieving anything. So, good for you. I'm happy you're having a good time. But let's try this again. But yeah, it's always fun when you go back to a stage and you remember, oh, that's why I don't like you. I wonder if that's how the James Ross feels whenever he sees me again. Alrighty then. We'll play a little bit. Well, we switched rooms, so hopefully we'll have a better chance. It wasn't anything to do with the teammates we were playing with. It's just I don't like Hammerhead Bridge. But even then, like, even with Hammerhead Bridge, I still wouldn't say it's a bad stage. I would not say it's a bad stage. It's just I don't personally like the more narrow ones. That's why I wasn't really all that fond of Walleye Warehouse before. But I still stand by my opinion that I said in the previous stream that even if, like, the other games had a bit more creativity with their stages, they still had, like, a larger ratio of stages that I liked compared to ones that I would try to avoid. Whereas this game, there's not really a definitive stage that I just avoid altogether. Like, there's no port mackerel in this one. There's no, like, well, Humpback Pump Track is in this game, but I don't think it's as bad as it was before. But there's, like, really no big definitive stages I just try to outright avoid or anything like that. So, yeah. These things are really annoying, by the way, how they take so long to actually explode. Okay, what is up with the Dark Tetraludolys? I've been complaining about this since the beginning of these streams, but it just feels like these things just do not do any damage when they hit things. Alright. Have that area cleared. I'm just gonna stay up here and try to continue being a live person. Alright, we got those. Okay.
I feel confident in my abilities to
Not die a terrible, gruesome death. Oh, come on! Every single time I feel confident being not a dead person, I immediately do a deathly death. We're changing back to blah 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 after this. It really bums me out because I love the Dark Tetraludolys, but they just kind of, like, I don't want to say they suck in this game, but they do not hit as hard as they did before. And that really bums me out because these things were awesome before. Something I'm really curious about with this Splatfest is how many people are voting for Team Frye because they genuinely really like her versus those who just kind of feel bad for her. Because, like, I was very close to going Team Frye because, like, I really love her character and she's adorable. But I went to Team Shiver in the end because waifu bias. But I was very tempted to go with Frye because she's just super adorable and, like, man, she's awesome. I love her. So, but there's also a lot of people on Twitter who are saying they were going Team Frye because they felt bad she wasn't winning Whole House Splatfest. And that went off way faster than I wanted it to. There were a lot of people saying that they chose Team Frye because she wasn't winning Whole House Splatfest, so they feel bad for her. I'm curious if that's going to affect anything. Probably not so much, but I'm curious about that. As long as Big Mind doesn't win, I'll be happy with the results. And also, we're changing weapons. We're changing back to the blah blah blur because blah blah blurs make everything better. Wait, can we get a... I'm gonna zoom into the shirt real quick. The Team Shiver shirt is so cute. I like the Team Shiver shirt, it's adorable. Alright, changing to blah blah blur because it pains me to say this, but Dark Teacher dualies just are not that good in this game, and it makes me real sad because they were awesome in Splatoon 2. I think when I leave this area, I'm gonna go to the store and see if there's any other dualies I can get instead. It's kind of like the Slosher in a way, because the Slosher was my go-to weapon in the first game. And then in Splatoon 2, they changed the sub-weapon, and that really ruined it for me. Because like my big strategy with the Slosher in the first game was to use the Burst Bomb, and then do like one Slosher toss, because that's usually enough to splat somebody. But they changed the sub-weapon in Splatoon 2, and that wasn't a thing anymore, and it really bummed me out. Alright, blah blah blur, don't fail me now. We can do it! We can help the Cinderella. Alright, let's see if that can help us. Let's see if singing Disney songs will be able to help us shape our destiny. We don't talk about Bruno, no. We don't talk about Bruno, but it was my wedding day. I had the lyrics in mind a moment ago, but then I forgot. Does that ever happen to anybody else? Or just me? Because that happens all the time. We were getting married and there wasn't a cloud in the sky. No clouds allowed in the sky. Bruno walks in with the mischievous great thunder. You telling the story or am I? Bruno says it looks like rain. Yeah, okay. Married in a hurricane. We don't talk about Bruno, no. We don't talk about Bruno. I can't do the next part because I cannot rap to save my life. 7-foot frame, right along his back. When he calls your name, there is no going back. When he sees your dreams and feasts on your screams. We don't talk about Bruno. Okay, what is going on with this team? Why can't we stay in the center? How is Team Frye suddenly good? They're destroying us these past couple games and it's starting to get on my nerves. Might also help if I was, focusing on the game and not trying to remember Disney lyrics. Okay. My sacrifice was hopefully not in vain because we were able to get the center back. That is the important thing. I'm gonna try not to fail miserably. Okay, stay here. Wait for you to go by and go like this. Sneak attack! Oh no! Oh, come on! Okay, going back to the center. Alright, I probably could have aimed that a little bit better, but I think it'll be okay. We can do it. We spot somebody last second. Okay, come on. Pretty please. Oh, come on! Okay, I'm gonna back out of this lobby. I'm backing out of this lobby. Team Frye is brutal tonight. Alright. We're backing out of this, gonna leave the lobby completely and then come back. That's not gonna help much. We're still going to do things, but we'll still try. And hopefully achieve our destiny. Or Starfield. Or Skyrim. Or whatever game you're playing. There's a lady I work with who plays Skyrim a lot, and we talk about it every now and then. It's pretty fun. What's the difference between pro and open? Play alongside players on your Splatfest team. Okay, we'll continue with the open, because... Were we in pro before? No, we weren't, because the thing was on 0. The team says singing equals splatted and splatted equals losing. In my defense... I have no excuse. I should have focused more on the game and not sing. But we're gonna sing anyway, just to annoy you. What else can we sing? Oh, Mommy Ruins. Oh, yeah. Whee! Hey, now, here is my song. For you, yeah, that's right. I wish that I. Okay. I won't be too upset because we've been playing for a little while and that's the only disconnect we've seen so far. But I will say, this game does have way more disconnect issues than the previous Splatoon games, even on Wii U. Which is really annoying because Nintendo Switch Online has been a thing for years now, so you'd think they would have gotten better servers in that time, but no. They're like, you know what? We'll charge people for online and make it worse. That's what'll make them pay for online. Ah! It's a 333 times battle! And I suck at this game! Okay, focus, concentrate, concentration powers activate! Hey now, here is my song for you! Yeah, that's right! I wish that I was yours, but I'm too shy, I suppose, yeah! Okay, we can do this. We can do it. We can have the Cinderella. Alrighty then. I was a sniper. Sniper, no. Sniping! Sniper, no. Sniping! I'm gonna... That person got the base covered. We're gonna go this way. Right about the base, no trouble.
Yeah, what's another song that we can sing to get us into the spirits of things? Sayonara, adios, have we to say farewell. I do good noggin. Here's a last song you can sell. Let's call it Burning Bridges, and we fell off a cliff. That's not part of the song, but we're wiped out, and we're blue. We're in the danger zone. Concentrate, Gator. Stop singing stupid crap. That stupid sniper needs to go strangle a cactus! Okay. Come on, we got this! We got this! Come on, everybody!
Worth it, worth it. We got the ink storm. We got the ink storm off. Come on, we can do this. Come on, people, go to the center so we can achieve our destiny. Come on. Booyah bomb. Come on. This is annoying that we're not out of the... Okay, we're out of danger now. We got this. Be splatted. Be splatted, you son of a bitch. Okay. Come on. Please. Oh, that's a lot of blue. I'm not trusting that it's gonna be... Yes! Yeah! We should not have won that! Oh my goodness! We did it! Ah, that's me in the corner! Shiver said my name! We did the thingy! Okay, let's go on the stage. Oh, this makes me happy. I'm a very happy gator. I didn't want to do that. Let's go back into the thing. Okay, how do I do the thing? Pause 1, pause 2. Let's go with this. This is cute. Okay. How do I get the hub off? I don't remember. I want to get the hub off so I can get a video and stuff. Alright, it's fine. But anyway, that is a good note to end off Splatoon 3 and stuff. That is a great note. I'm so happy we did that. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching tonight's Gator stream for Splatoon 3 Splatfest. Stay tuned to the channel for Pikmin 2 and Super Mario Odyssey. Will be returning before the end of the month. My plan is to have Mario Odyssey continue until the grand finale, or at least close to it. The grand finale might take a little bit more time than the rest of the episodes to finish, but that's my current goal. So hopefully that works out. I'm also happy to say that LP44... Pikmin 2 is 43, right? Yeah. LP44 is going to be starting up on the channel a lot sooner than planned, so that's going to be epic and awesome and stuff like that. So yeah. Thank you all so much for watching tonight's Gator stream. And until next time, Lady Gator to you. Oh yeah.